Thanks to modern day technology, you're never too late for a movie. Arrow.net, ARROE.net. We are unplugged and totally uncut with Sammy the Bull Gravano.
Hey, good morning, Arrow.
Man, what a story you've got, and it comes with so many different levels and layers that it's like, thank God you've done this series, because this is what we need so that we get to know who you are and not read a bunch of headlines.
It's great, and it's great talking with you. The story is it's a short series, short films, and it's a series, 5-part series. It's released July 11th. It's released on SammyTheBull.com, $9.99 for the series. And, I act in it, which is something completely different in my life. I had a 1-hour acting lesson, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah, but in reality, when you take a look at your life, did you not find yourself in positions of acting anyway? So it should come pretty natural to you.
Yeah, well, it's really not natural. I was never a public speaker. I started doing a podcast when I got out in 2017, and that was a little strange to me. But the podcast went very well. I mean, we have almost 500,000 subscribers, and we got 78 million views, and it went well, and everybody says I'm a good storyteller. So the acting part, I'm not an actor, but this here just fit into my wheelhouse a little bit, so I thought it would be all right. But I had really good people around me, directors and stage people, and I had a blast doing it. I really did. The FBI gets in touch with me. It's a fictitious story. The FBI gets in touch with me, and they want me to go and hunt down a serial killer.
Oh, God.
We had a blast going in different places, cafes, restaurants, filming. It was insane.
The podcast that listeners need to know, the podcast that you're talking about is called Our Thing. I love the idea that you're doing this, because reading a book is one thing. Hearing your inflection, your volume, your pitch, your tone, that to me is, I mean, you're right. You are a brilliant storyteller, and you've got this way of, creating this space for us to want to participate with what you've lived through.
Yeah. And then we started with this story, and it started that I saw something. It was a short little film that some guy did, and it was in a room. It was dark. He came in. He went after a couple of people who killed a kid, and then he killed these people, and it was very short, not even 4 or 5 minutes, and you could hardly see his face. And I said, I think I could do that. It was only a few lines. And then we made up this whole story, and we got together, and we got some real good people around us, and it's really well done. I'm really happy the way it's coming out, and it'll come out Monday on the 11th, and I enjoyed it. I couldn't find a better thing to retire with.
Like you were mentioning, it's a 5-part short film series. I love the fact that it's a short film series, because that's the attention span of a modern day world. And the Salvatore is one of those things that people are going to be talking about for a very long time, because you really do bring your experiences to a level of entertainment.
Right. And that's what we try to do. We try to, do that. And, it's a serious movie. It's dangerous, and there's all kinds of stuff in it. But we wanted to bring it to where people could sit down for 10, 12 minutes, 14 minutes, whatever it may be, and enjoy it. And, and I think we succeeded.
What was it like for you to have different cameras in front of you? Because, I mean, in your past, the cameras were always the media, the news agencies and things like that. Whereas this one here, when it comes to the Salvatore, I mean, you're telling a story in a way that are going, it's going to come to us through a different lens.
Right. It was different. Makeup girl coming, putting a little makeup on. So it was weird. When I was around with the news media, they never did those things. And every time I was taking a break, somebody's running with a chair. Here, sit down. it was a whole different. I've seen behind the scenes things, and when they made movies and stuff, but I've never experienced it personally until now. and it was really, really good. And like I said, I got a great team around me, good people, honest, legitimate people, and we're having a blast doing it.
You know what's really interesting about this, Sammy, is the fact that we lost James Caan yesterday, who, of course, is connected to The Godfather. And you start on Monday. It's almost like history is saying, let me show you the real story now. And it's like, and even though, you know, it is a storyline, a 5-part series, you still lived it. And there are so many people on this side of the screen that just look at you guys and go, my hero. You guys are my heroes.
Right. You know, people you know, they're taking back the mafia was a big thing in Hollywood with The Godfather and a lot of movies, Goodfellas, that were made. And then it started to slow down, and now it's just bursted right through again. They put that picture, The Offer, together on how they made The Godfather. I watched that. It was really, really well done. You know, and even in my series, we have actors and actresses in it, and it was a blast dealing with them. And, you know, it came up again. I think YouTube, there's all kinds of people talking about the mafia. I mean, it's exploding again.
I love the idea that you've put it on your website. Sammy, that tells me that you're in control of this entire moment. That you know, you want to see this, you got to go to Sammy's website. Right.
No, I'm in full control of it. And it's good that I got a young guy. He's not a big name. His name is Casey James Smith, and he's an upcoming director, and he's doing it. He's great. And it was great, you know, when somebody gets shot, they grab me, Sammy, how would it fall? Or how's this? How would it bleed? Or how would it do this? And so I'm acting, but I'm actually helping them with the directing part so it could become more realistic. It would look more realistic, how a crime would happen or what it's about, you know, and I enjoy even that part of telling them what would look right, what would look real, what would look fake. You know, I see some of these movies and a guy's the star of the movie and he's fighting 14 guys. You know, it's great, but, you know, that's not real. You know, you can't... Guys, okay, how tough you are.
See, that's the way I am with martial arts movies because I'm a 3rd-degree black belt, and I'll sit there and look at that screen going, no. Where was the, you know, where's the choreography in this? No, this would not ever happen.
Right. Or a guy's out there's 5 guys shoot machine guns at him. He don't get hit. He's got a little pistol and he shoots everybody. You know, I try to make this with them, you know, and help them in that capacity to make it as realistic as possible, and people would be blown away by it. I want people to look at it, enjoy it, and SammyTheBull.com is my platform, and people joined it, and I feel like I call them my associates and soldiers, and they've been with me, they've been loyal, so I'm giving it to them, and I'm putting it over there. But believe it or not, I've already gotten calls from Hollywood and people, how are you doing this? What are you doing? And it's crazy. But I think that people are going to really love it. You guys will love it when you see it, and I'm sure. And
Did this idea first come to you while you were sitting there and behind the bars and stuff? Because, I mean, were you planning this out? It had to have come together long before this moment.
Yeah, I saw a short little film somebody did, and it was a guy. He came into a card game. He saw there was 3 people or 4 people in the card game, and he went in actually hunting them. These guys did a robbery. On the way out, they shot a young kid, 15-year-old. So now when he gets into that game with them, he starts talking to them. He ends up shooting all of them because they killed that kid. And I looked at that. I watched it. It was really done well. And it was in one little room, dark room, and he had a few lines, really. And so I said, I think I could do that.
So what?
And think of the story. And I started thinking of this story where the FBI, brings me in to hunt a serial killer. And this is my story. I made up the whole story. I was part of writing with the writers, and I'm every part of it. And they said, "Sam, you got to act it." And I said, "Okay, I'll do whatever you want." And that's how it went.
I love the idea that you were part of the writing as well, but what was it like for you to be on the set and the actors are looking into your eyes, knowing where you have been, and they're looking into your eyes? I mean, it had to have been, because you, as much as you know what your history is, you're still that warm soul that instantly gains the security of somebody that you're speaking with. But knowing your past, it can change in a moment's notice.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I guess in the beginning I might be scary to people, but I mean, they were loving on me. They were great. Hugs and kisses. One of the guys, he's laying on the floor. I shot him. So when he got up, he says, "I saw his face. I think he really wanted to kill me."
Yeah. Now,
we really did a lot of fun. We had people bringing food down. You know how it goes. And it was really a trip. And, I was helping when they were unloading the truck. And they would tell me, "No, Sammy, just sit down." I said, "Nah."
Yep.
So I was with the guys, the people behind the scenes, the sound people, the camera people. I was hanging with them, talking and hanging out, fun with them. So we had a tremendous vibe. Everybody loved it at the end on the set. Everybody. I was talking with everybody. The makeup lady putting makeup on my face. I was teasing her, "Get rid of some of those wrinkles." And she was so I think they saw deep inside of me, and it was we had fun, really. And they're good people, hardworking people, and it's those people behind the scenes that make it. It's not the actors, the actresses. I mean, it is. The actresses and actors in this were phenomenal. They blew me away. So
I'm so glad that you're including everybody in this project, because you're right. It really does take a miracle to make something like this happen. I mean, you've taken this from a thought to physically being on SammyTheBull.com. I mean, a 5-part series called The Salvatore. I mean, it's got to be fantastic in your soul as to what you've created here.
Yeah, I'm on cloud 9, and the actors, the actresses, they're still we got done filming a while ago, and they're still calling me up and thanking me. I just can't, it's such a good feeling. Till today, we're gonna, when it comes out, if it's successful, I'm gonna throw a big party for everybody who's part. Everybody, the sound people, the camera people, everybody, and thank them and congratulate them, because they all put it together. Girls in my office who work for me, I mean, there was, sometimes we went in and we were filming at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning or the afternoon, and then there was a scene at night, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and they were still there on the set. Wow. Calling their boyfriend. They were, I mean, everybody around me really did a tremendous, tremendous job. And I really owe it to them. Like I said, I'm not an actor. It fit, my lifestyle. So I thought I was comfortable in doing some of it. But these people here were fantastic.
I can just picture Al Pacino giving you a call. "Hey, it's Al Pacino. Hey, Sammy, good job. Hoo-ha."
Believe it or not, I've got a lot of calls, and I've even got some calls from some people in some big companies talking to me. How did you do this?
Right.
These in Hollywood, people are saying this is like it's done like a Hollywood production, and we did this with a small team in Arizona by ourselves. No big Hollywood team, no nothing like that. But the actors and actresses are B grade, high grade, B grade, and great. I mean, the serial killer. I don't want to say their names. I'll wait for it to all come out. But
yep.
And the woman who was playing a tremendous role. I mean, the expressions on her face, the pain in her face. Oh. It was so real to see. She was great, phenomenal actress. And her name is Melissa. That's all I'll give you as far as that. But you'll see her. She did such a fabulous job. I just couldn't even believe it.
Wow. SammyTheBull.com. Dude, you got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Thanks, pal. Well, I appreciate it.
You be brilliant today, okay, sir?
Yes. You guys be brilliant too.